Yo, what's up with y'all boys and girls, man? Hey, Straight Briggs here on this Money Making Sunday with the Big Dogs Morning Show. I got Jovan Burtz and Hot Rod Zawacki with me today. Got some NHL, some NBA, and some college hoops to talk about. You know, and whatever else under the sun. Y'all know how it is here on this show. Jovan, what's happening?
Not much. Had a strong day, phenomenal day, 16-8. 14-7 in college basketball, 2-1 in the NBA. So, can't beat that. One of what's that? 6 out of 7 last days. It's March, getting hot at the right time, and you know, when it's March, I don't know. I turn it on. You know what I'm saying? So, can't describe it any other way. And looking to keep it going.
Let's keep it rolling, man. Keep it rolling. I've been saying all month. March is the best month to get hot. To me, it's the best betting month by far. It's the best. I think it's. I think it's the best betting month from a sports month. I think it's either one or two just from a pure sports month. It's kind of hard to beat October. But man, I love March too. So let's keep it. Let's do a damn thing, man. It's that time of year right before the madness begins. We saw a lot of it yesterday, just a kind of a teaser of what's to come. Hot Rod Zawacki, what's happening, Brody? How you doing today?
Not too bad, not too bad. Can't complain. And it is March, and college basketball is heating up at the right time. Can't complain there. Nice 5-1 day yesterday in the college slate of basketball. I only got burnt by the Houston Hook because I had the 4.5, and it was a 4 in that one. So I put it in overnight. It was a 4.5. If you got it earlier in the morning, you got a 4. You probably most likely got a push on that one. But I can't complain. What's been rolling college basketball? So 25-6 run over the last week. You know, look at over the last month. It's been absolutely money there as well. And then over the last 90 days, it's not like I just rolled in college hoops. It's been a 90-day run plus. So, and now we're rolling into March. I can't wait for March Madness. We're taking all the data that we've earned over the last 3 months of watching college hoops and putting it to good use in this March. As you said, March is the best betting month. And so far, the calendar's flipped for me, and it has been the best betting month for me. So I'm excited to get into the madness. I've actually kind of pushed the NBA aside. You know me, I'm not a big high volume NBA guy, but so I've kind of like pushed it aside for now, especially with the who's in, who's out, and that whole craziness tankathon down the end of the stretch here. I'm glad I kind of avoided the NBA for a little bit. But I did find a couple today. So let's get to today's action. I like today's card.
Yes. I'm liking today's card as well. The more and more I look at it, the more and more I start to like it. I'm glad both of y'all had good days yesterday because I didn't. I got beat up yesterday. 1-5 for me yesterday. I always call a spade a spade. I always will. 0-3 in college hoops, man. I just didn't see it well. Or no, I lied. I went 1-5-1. I pushed with Arkansas. I laid the 1. They won by 1. Everybody had that money line. I had the 1. It felt like a loss though. And NBA, I had the Warriors as my top play. It closed at 4.5. Hopefully, I caught that 4.5. I had 6. Won by 5. Be like that sometimes.
Yeah.
You know, that's kind of just the day it was for me yesterday. And then the Lakers, shout out to the Celtics. I've said, and I still continue to say, the best team in the NBA. It is what it is, bro. It is what it is. They're the best team in the league. It's about motivation spots for them yesterday. And they looked kind of motivated yesterday in that one. And they came out, won, and covered. Shout out to them. Shout out to the Celtics.
Shout out to Leonard Hamilton on your 200th win in the ACC with Florida State yesterday. Shout out to Leonard Hamilton. Good job there.
Yep. So that was my yesterday. Yesterday was yesterday. Today's today. Brand new day. New card. New opportunities. Got 2 great guys with me to help me talk through this card today. And we're going to make some money, man. So let's do the damn thing, man. Let's do the damn thing. Starting college hoops. It's not a huge college hoops card today, fellas, but some meat on the bone. Let's split this card in two. So doing so, that means we'll stop around. We'll stop right before 3 Eastern. That's what it looked like. Think that's the right cut, or is that too late?
No, I think that's almost right down the middle, isn't it? Pretty close,
Yeah,
right down the middle. If we do everything before 3.
Yeah, that kind of look right down the middle. All right, Michigan versus Michigan State, battling it out. MSU at the crib. Drexel Townsend, Navy Bucknell, Winthrop High Point, Iowa Nebraska, East Carolina FAU, Minnesota Rutgers, Colgate American, North Alabama Lipscomb, North Texas Temple, UAB Tulane, Tulsa Wichita State, Bradley Drake. I don't like Drake. And Delaware and William and Mary. Javon, man, talk to me. How you seeing this first early slot today in college hoops?
We'll start off with Townsend. I think it's gonna be a close one. So, sometimes I do this if I have a feeling that it's gonna be a close one. I'm gonna take it on the money line. Running about 150-ish, give or take. You could catch some 143s out there at the lowest, and then somewhere in the 150s. That's the limit that I will go to if it's a money line play. This is something that I do in baseball all the time, less in basketball. But sometimes you have to do it when you think it's going to be for whatever reason, you think it's going to be a close game. I think this Townsend team, I think they are the best in this conference in the CAA. But Drexel, they've been covering. And they're on a little bit of a little bit of a run. They looked impressive against Elon yesterday, but for my money, I think that Towns is gonna prevail. It's in DC, with close to Townsend, so it's basically a home game for them. So with that, I'm on the Townsend Tigers money line. Just got to lay some juice with that. I'm on Michigan. I'm on the Wolverines. Last game of the season, rivalry game. They got it handed to them in the first matchup, lost by 13 points, 75, 62. That second half, they just, went down the tubes. And they lost the last game. So this is for first place, I believe, in the Big Ten. So I think that this is just a little bit too many points, even though Sparty is, riding high, winning every game possible, even games that, basically, penciled in to lose like the last game. They came alive in that second half, but I would take the points. Got some other ones, but I'll leave it alone.
And for me in this time spot that I'm looking at, I like the under between Michigan State. We know Michigan State can definitely play some solid defensive basketball, especially on their home court. And I think Michigan, you look what they've done over the last few, they've definitely picked it up defensively as well. And at 146, I think it's just too many. Give me the under Michigan State. Another one I'm looking at is give me Navy plus the points versus Bucknell. You look at Bucknell, they won all of the 2 previous meetings this season, but beating a team by in 3 straight games is really tough. And I think Navy, look what they've been doing: 4-1 in their last 5 games, 4-1 against that number, and on the road, 11-5 ATS. So that wasn't 6.5 down to 5.5 in places. I still like Navy grab the points there with the over possession with Navy, because that's going to come right down to who's got the ball last. And then look at this big game between Iowa and Nebraska. I believe this one, if Iowa can win it, they get to get into the conference tournament there in that one. So I'm going to grab, as much as Iowa's been not so good on the road, this is a big game for both these schools. Win and get in, basically, for Iowa. So give me the 8 you're going to give me with Iowa in that matchup. And then one more in this spot. Another one we've seen these two teams play twice already, and American won them both. You look, they won by 8, they won by 4, and then but you look at American was a dog in both of those meetings, a 2-point dog and a 3-point dog in those first 2 meetings, and now they're favored, huh? That's telling me all I need to know. Give me Colgate on the money line to outright American U in that one. And then the last one I like, you look at Temple. Hey, they had a nice little run of 3 straight unders. Last week they got the over. Continue riding the over. Give me the over North Texas and Temple. So 134. North Texas loves to shoot the 3. They start draining them. Well, cruise right up and over that total there in Temple games. Take the over there.
I misspoke on the Michigan State game. They actually have the 1 seed locked up. It's the 1 seed. They're shooting for the 1 seed in the overall tournament. If they keep on winning and go deep in the tournament, they got a shot at the 1 seed. So it would behoove them to keep on winning as well. So I misspoke. They already got the Big Ten locked up. The Big Ten regular season locked up. I think you're muted, Jay.
Wow.
Whoops.
Wow. I ain't done that in a minute, but I'm on Iowa. I'm on the Hawkeyes. I'm gonna take them plus a 7.5, and then y'all know me, man. I'm a plus money junkie. I'm attacking that plus 280. Nebraska, what have they showed us recently? Nothing. They've lost 4 straight. Like Rod said, man, this is just as big of a game for Iowa as it is for Nebraska. And both teams have shown us down the stretch they don't want it. So I might as well be on the side with the plus money. That's kind of my thought process here in this game. I mean, Nebraska is slightly the better basketball team, but it wouldn't shock me if they laid an egg. We saw a couple of teams lay eggs yesterday, and I got a feeling about Nebraska. My boy from last season is not over there. Tominaga, he's not there no more. They're not going on a run this season. It's over. I kind of like Iowa to win outright for it. I like the Izzos today against Michigan. I got in trouble yesterday in a couple spots, like the Auburn game where teams did have it locked up. So did that kind of play a factor into the game? Maybe, maybe not. I do think the Izzos are head and shoulders a better basketball team. This is a pretty hefty number to play. Forced to play it, I am on MSU. I just think they're head and shoulders a better basketball team. I know it's a rivalry game. But I'm just not going to overcomplicate it. I'm on the Izzos, man. I think the Izzos are poised for a run this season, and I think it kind of starts today, beating up on their in-state rival. Let me see. What else do I like in this first slot? Y'all know I got to talk about them Rucker boys. They've been struggling. They've lost 3 of their last 5. All 3 of those were on the road, though they're at home here. Minnesota for me has been a weird team to read all season. I honestly think this is a 50-50 game. I think Rutgers is a little overrated, overvalued in this one, but overrated and overvalued teams do win in certain spots to justify why they're overrated and overvalued. And I think the talent prevails in this one. I haven't been on Rutgers as much as I was earlier this season, but I like them in this spot today, laying the points on Minnesota. I think this is like a 8-point win for Rutgers when it's all said and done. And Drake and Bradley. Drake gets his revenge, man. I think is how this plays out. I know Bradley got him last time. Bradley is playing well. Over a bucket does make my stomach hurt. 5-point win for the Bulldogs today. 5-point win for Drake. Tight game, late fouling pushes us over. Late foul, 2 free throws. We cash with Drake. That's kind of how I think that game play out. I'm just here to give y'all my thoughts, my opinions. That's all I'm here to do at the end of the day. I don't like Drake, man. Let's see if they go out there and get it done. Let's keep it rolling, fellas. We got Oregon and Washington, Furman and Chattanooga, UTSA and Charlotte, Hampton and UNC Wilmington, Houston Christian and Texas A&M Corpus Christi, Arkansas State and South Alabama, VMI and Wofford, Weber State and North Colorado, Monmouth and Charleston, Incarnate Word Up versus SE Louisiana, Pepperdine Santa Clara, Troy JMU, St. Thomas Omaha, North Arizona and Montana, and Wazoo and San Francisco. All right. How you feeling?
Feeling good. We're going to kick it off with Montana taking on Northern Arizona here. Lay it with the Grizzlies. Congratulations, Northern Arizona. The Lumberjacks, you guys almost got yourself chopped right out of there yesterday. You did get the win, but you're not that good of a squad there. Montana's definitely the better squad in that matchup, and it's not even going to be close. I think it's a 10-point win for the Grizzlies. We looked at both meetings this season, both won by Montana. I know they were a little bit closer games. It was a 5-point win and a 3-point win for Montana there. But Northern Arizona having to play yesterday, and Eastern Washington early definitely hung around, and they pulled away late. But that's Eastern Washington. They're awful, Eastern Washington there. Montana's a better school. I think they win by 10 plus over the Lumberjacks. That one. Another one I'm looking at here is later game. Definitely not enamored of the later slate of games, but I like the over between St. Thomas and Nebraska Omaha. You look at the two meetings this season already. We got 150, 179, and 167 in that one, and the total's at 150.5. Yeah, we're going to take the over in that one. That's another track meet between those two schools. Offenses rule the day there. And then one more I'm looking at here in this later slate of games is congratulations, Pepperdine. You got yourselves a win. How did you beat the Beavers? I have no idea. But you did. I think bad coaching. We've seen the Beavers down the stretch not play the same as we see them kick off their year. So congratulations to Pepperdine. And now you're going to take on a Santa Clara club that is better than you by a wide margin. That's why they're laying 50.5. I think they win by 20. I mean, Santa Clara over Pepperdine and that one. And then one that I looked at is the I like Texas A&M in the Corpus Christis here, but the problem is you're laying 6.5 now with the Corpus Christis, and I think it's just too much. I think they win the game, but I think HBU keeps it close in that one. It's gonna be a battle. It's one of those. It's a conference tournament game. I like Corpus Christi to win it outright, but I don't know if they can cover the 6. I'll take HBU plus the 6.5 there in that matchup. A few I like in the late slot.
Shout out Corpus Christi, man. Shout out to them boys. Hey, man. College troops. Let's close it out. I am going to take San Francisco in the late game tonight. I just believe they're head and shoulders the better basketball team, and they're favored in this game for a reason. Last time they played Wazoo, what was the score in that game? It was a blowout, I know. What was the final score? 75-51 was the final score in that last one. What was the score in the first one? Wazoo did win the first one, 91-82. I don't think they air them out like they did that first time, but I do think this is a sizable home win for San Francisco. I think they win this game by like 9. I know Wazoo's played well recently, but San Francisco, if it ain't Gonzaga, I'm rocking with them. And this basically is how I'm feeling. Give me the Dons in San Fran.
Here's a little stat for you on that game. You want it? That's you're going with San Francisco. I like it. So you look at Washington State in away games after a win by 15 plus points. 0-11 ATS after a win by 15 plus points is Wazoo. So kind of looking at that, I agree with you. I mean, Tom's rolling there.
There we go. Thanks for backup. Let's do it.
No problem. This is sad. I just seen this roll along. I was like, hey, let's see that one. Look at that. Yeah, they don't follow it up. They follow up a big win with a big goose egg after the big 15 plus point wins.
I'm on a Corpus Christi. That line made me a little nervous. They beat them by 6 last time, 68-62. I just don't like the current form Houston Christian is in, bro. This team's garbage. You lose on the road to my alma mater, Texas A&M Commerce, bro. You're terrible. I'm sorry. I'm sorry, bro. I'm sorry. I'm on Corpus Christi, man. That's not overcomplicated. Honestly, the line's exactly where it's supposed to be. 9-point win, though, probably in this one for A&M. That's really it for me today. I'm not totally in love with college hoops, man. Last one I kind of like a little bit is JMU against Troy. Just a bounce back game for JMU. It's kind of the angle I'm playing here. What was it? They beat them last time, 64-61. I think they get them again. So small lean on JMU, but most of my plays today are leans in college hoops. So, Javon, how you feeling?
We will start off with the Washington Huskies. You know, they're 0-5 last 5, 1-4 against the spread. You know, they're not gonna make it to the Big Ten Conference tournament. So what better way than to end this season by winning against their rivals, Oregon? I don't know if that's gonna happen or not, but this is just too many points, you know, against your rivals at home dog. And I'm looking for the Huskies to cover the spread. I'm also on VMI. Last game these two teams played was a massacre. You know, Warford beat them by 39 points. It was an 82-43 shellacking. They remember that. VMI remembers that. They're not a good team, but they're a covering team. They have been throughout the season. You know, and they got the job done last night. So, you know, with this being March, they could get the job done again. 9.5 is too much for my liking in the conference tournament game. So I'll take the points in that situation. I am also on. I'm on Sela. Sela has done me well when I backed them this year. It's just that the last 3 games they've lost all those games. So you know they're not in the best form, but they are a better team, in my opinion. Than Incarnate Word. So I will be back in Sela. Even though Incarnate Word they've had a good season as well. I'll lean San Fran. I don't think they have one of their main guys though. I think he's suspended or something. I don't know what the complete story is, but yeah, there's an issue there. So and it's not a new issue. I don't believe neither. I don't think this just sprung up. But nevertheless, it'll be San Fran to pass.
That's all for college troops. Anything y'all might have missed? Full card?
Yeah, probably some in the early slate for me. I would be on Iowa plus the points, just given the situation. If they win, they're in the conference tournament. Be on ECU. Sheesh, I'd be on Minnesota as well. I don't want to be there. As a home dog, I would like Temple. I think they're home dogs. What else? Just throwing stuff out there. No real explanation. Yeah, that would be it. Oh, and I would lean on North Alabama. These are the top two teams in that conference. But evenly matched teams, I tend to take the points. Especially if it's 4 or 5 where it's at right now. And I think it would be more of a feel-good story with Northern Alabama as opposed to Lipscomb. So I'll be rooting for them.
Yes, sir. Somebody said I do a lot of leaning. It's because for me, like, you got to realize I look at all these games every day, all day, and it's like I be want to talk about them. I don't have a strong opinion on all of them. Like, I'm not, you know what I mean? But I will tell you my thoughts. Like, you might. The thing is you might be feeling some type of way on a game, and I just kind of might tell you how I'm feeling, and it might add something onto how you're feeling, and you bet it. It's kind of be my thought process when I'm saying I'm leaning or something like that on these games. The ones that I love the most, of course, are at Pig Dogs Premium. You can go over there and scoop them up. The ones that I personally got the most money on. But just because I don't necessarily bet it, don't mean I don't have an opinion on it. So I tell you my opinion. You feel me? What's that, B? I don't bet every game every day, man. Can't do that. I don't got enough money for that, first of all. NHLA?
NHLA?
NHLA. See you in a second, Jovan. Oh, man. All right, let's do it. Let me put you right here. Hot Rod, man. We got the Devils and the Flyers. Kraken and the Capitals. Penguins and the Wild. Hurricane and the Jets. Jets, Jets. I'm going to say Jets. Rangers and the Blue Jackets. Golden Knights and the Kings. Canucks and the best team in hockey, the Dallas Stars. And the Ducks and the Islanders. How you feeling, Hot Rod?
For me, I'm looking at the tough spot for your Dallas Stars. They tried to come roaring back against the Oilers in that third. Definitely gave the Oilers fans a big old sweat there late because they sure pressured down 5-4 with the empty netter with a couple of minutes to go. They almost had it there in that one. Now you got to take on a Vancouver club that's playing pretty good. It's not bad of a travel spot, really, when you look at it. Going from Edmonton to Vancouver, it's literally you lost an hour on the time change, and then you gained your hour going back the other way because you gained an hour going from the Alberta time, Mountain time to the West Coast time. So basically, it works out to be even. Probably hour flight at best, and probably got a good night's sleep in a hotel. So in that one, I kind of like the over 5.5. I think we see some goals. Should be just Smith getting the start for Dallas in that matchup. As we know, Ottinger went last night, so should be seeing some goals there in that one. And Dallas to look in their last 10, 9-1 to the over. So definitely score some goals and lighten the lamp as Dallas there with the addition of Rantanen as well. Man, and then Sagan comes back off the IR just in time for the playoffs. Watch out for Dallas. Great additions in the playoff at the trade deadline there. Hey, look at the Ducks at a coin flip price. I don't know. I think I have to take the Ducks there in that one over the Islanders. The Islanders, they did get a win yesterday, but it's that back-to-back spot for the Islanders. They did get the 4-2 win against the Sharks, but now you got to face a Ducks team that's hot, and Dostal's in net there. Kind of like an under, but I lean into the Ducks as well. I think the under's a good, solid play, but you got to keep riding the Ducks in that one. And then one more I'm looking at here is you look at the this Philadelphia team, and I'm like, plus price should be pretty good. It's no. They traded just about everybody away. We seen it yesterday when Seattle whooped you. It wasn't even close. You didn't even get a sniff of scoring goals. You don't have enough guys that score goals. That's a big problem. I think the Devils on the puck line, they're going to beat up Philadelphia something fierce today. I think it could be a 3-point win there in that one. And then, as I alluded to, hey, Seattle's on the back-to-back. Well, guess what Seattle's done in the second half of back-to-back? 0-11 on the back-to-back spot is Seattle. Even with lingering going, give me the Washington Capitals on the puck line. And then that Jets game, you're looking at Jets coming into Carolina. And at a big plus price, I got to take it. Give me the Jets, Jets over Carolina in that one.
Fair enough. Money making Sunday. Let's see what I like today in hockey, man. I told y'all yesterday, I had a weird feeling about that Stars game. I really wanted to bet it. If I'm not beating the table about the Stars, feel me? I liked them, but I told you, I said, this game gave me the bubble guts. So personally, I didn't end up betting it yesterday. Glad I stayed away. Damn.
Me too, because I was going to take Dallas. I literally was. I was totally going to ride Dallas there in that spot. It's just Edmonton looked like ass. And the way you guys whooped us in the first meeting was woo.
Yep. Today, personally, I probably would fade them. I kind of want to take the Canucks. I don't know if I personally go put no money on it, y'all, but man, I like the spot for Canucks. I do. Revenge game, comfortable at home, coming off back-to-back home wins. If you're going to get Dallas, now's the time to get them. Like, you know what I mean? That's just kind of my thought process for Vancouver. Now's the time to get them. So, small lane on the Canucks, fading my team today. And then I'm going to do a little two-team parlay for y'all. We're going to parlay up the Golden Knights with the Hurricane. A little two-team parlay for me. Hurricanes playing well. Revenge game at home. Comfortable at home. This is their, fifth home game last 6 games. Jets, this is their 5th road game last 6 games. Carolina's favored in this game for a reason. That's my thoughts. They're favored in this game for a reason. In the revenge game at home, they get this shit done. Let's go Carolina. I know people kind of mad at them for trading Brody. They still get this shit done, though. Yep.
I don't know if they're mad. I think they quietly made a deal for that. They traded Ranta in a way, but I think he's a rental. I really do. He's an unrestricted free agent. He went to Dallas as Dallas picked him up. But I think quietly behind the scenes, I think he signs right back with Carolina at the end of the season. Don't get too in love with Mikko Rantanen in Dallas unless you got to sign him real quick. The word I heard was that Carolina let him go as a rental, but they're really interested in signing him back come September. They do that in hockey, so I don't. You probably have to match him. We win-win for Mikko Rantanen because he might be dueling. You guys might be in a bidding war against Carolina. We'll see how he does in the playoffs, right? That's the big question. But I think we know he's a snipe. He can score some goals, and man, he's a great addition there because Dallas's biggest question mark has always been over those last couple of years. They made the Western Finals in the last 2 seasons, right? And been right there on the cusp of making the Stanley Cup final. The problem is they just always lack that big scores punch, and with Mikko Rantanen in there, man. Whew. I'm glad I got a feature sticking on Dallas. So, but yeah, watch out because I think that was the rumblings that he might just come right back to Carolina. They're like, we'll let you go, and then come right back to us. So we'll see.
Fair enough. That's all I got today for the hockey, though. That's all I got. National Basketball Association, NBA.
NBA.
Let's do it. Money making Sunday. First game on the board in the NBA. Got a good one. The Denver Chicken Nuggets out on the road versus the Oklahoma City Thunder Buddies. And we got the team from Dallas, the Mavs, at home at the crib with the Phoenix Suns rolling in. Jovan, you're up first here, Brody.
Yeah, I'm on the under in the Denver Nuggets OKC game. It's just a situation where it's an early game. 12 o'clock out there in OKC. The way these two teams have played, they tend to, get into lower pace style games. I believe in the couple times they have played this year, I think it's split as far as overs and unders. Let's see, head to head, yeah, one stayed under, the one in November went over. It was maybe like 8 days apart from each other, so quick turnover in that one, from October 21st to November 6th. But I think in this one, both of these teams want to make a statement. Not to say that the Nuggets are going to play strong defense, because that's not what they do. They're going to at least, have a more concerted effort to do so than, in other games, because they know they can't outscore the OKC Thunder in most situations. On the other side, OKC, one of the strongest defensive teams, if not the strongest defensive team in the association. So I'm going to take the under in this one. And really, I'm just auto fading Dallas. Sad situation for the Mavericks. And even playing the Suns, it's either the Suns or nothing. And I don't know if I'm gonna touch this game at all. So I don't even know if it's gonna hit the parlay section of what I do. So But my recommendation: Suns or pass.
Freemium, I'm on the Mavs first time since the trade. Freemium. It's my first time putting actual dollars on the Mavs since they traded Luka. And it's not even a play on Dallas. It's a fade of Phoenix. It's a fade of Phoenix and its principle alone. Phoenix does not deserve to be laying this many points on anybody on the road. It's that simple. It's just that simple. So I'm not even playing on Dallas. It could be any other team name on the other side. It's a fade of Phoenix. Dallas, I actually watched that last game they played because I had Max Christie over points prop in that game. And B. Williams, I don't know who the hell that is, came out there balling. Who the hell B. Williams was, but he was out there tripping for the Mavs.
Did they put his name up without the picture too? I've seen that a couple times now in the NBA where they put his name up and he doesn't have a picture amped up for him yet. And I was like, oh my god.
I ain't gonna lie, I hate betting props sometimes because that shit be sickening. Like, who the hell is B. Williams? And why is he the one getting the buckets and Max Christie over here assing it up? Anyway, the Mavs didn't play that bad in that game. They didn't. They really was winning the game most of the way, and then they just fell apart in the fourth. I'm a little nervous about that here, but as somebody who's faded Phoenix majority of the season, I just think this is going to be a typical Phoenix game where it's going to be competitive all the way through. They're going to be going back and forth. Phoenix going to end up winning this game by 4 or 5 points. That's just how I think this game play out. So I'm on the Mavs. If they don't cover, y'all know I'll be cussing them out tomorrow. So we'll see. I'm also on the Oklahoma City Thunder Buddies. Revenge game at home. They sat everybody in that last game for this one. This game kind of remind me similar of that Lakers spot yesterday. That Celtics-Lakers spot where like the Celtics been banged up, didn't just everybody just so happened to play against the Lakers. Okay. And then they win and cover in the end, barely. I kind of got that same exact feeling about this game right here, early start time. Thunder, this is a spot for them to kind of show the world that why they are the number one team in the West. Denver, we don't trust them necessarily the same way we trust them on the road. Gonna be a good game. I think the Thunder win and cover in the end, though. Right?
For me, in that game, looking at it, you know what? I like Denver here in the first quarter. They won 5 straight first quarters in OKC. I think they come out hot to kick it off. It's an early start. We'll get your nice sleep kicking it off early here, 1 p.m. Eastern game. So I like Denver in that first quarter to come out with a lead. I'm going to take them on the money line. Nice plus 140 on that one. And then full game. I like the over full game. I think it's exactly what we've seen last time when it was 124, 122. Plenty of points being scored. Not a lot of defense played in that one. Up and down the court we go. And we get up and over the 243 in that one. And then kind of with you with Dallas plus the points. But I'm going to use my Ruffalo right there. I Ruffalo that game because it's just like I look at it. Suns on the road is the favorite. I believe it's 5 straight losses as a road favorite. Which is Dallas. It's like we're running with the G League, as you said. You're like, who's that guy? Well, sometimes what happens is in this spot when the guy gets his opportunity, what that is he's taking the best of it and stepping up. So it's just one of those spots there. I kind of lean with the other Dallas, but I can't bet it. I'm not rushing to the window to bet that one. But I get it because it's a complete fade of the Suns. Oof, what a team. Yeah, just as you said, they have the 14-point lead, and then they take the foot off the gas and joke around. And next thing you know, it's a 6-point lead. So
fair enough. All right, fellas, we keep it rolling. We got the. Hold on, give me 1 second. All right, we got the New Orleans Pelicans, 9.5-point home dogs with the Memphis Grizzlies rolling in. And we got the Philadelphia 76ers, 5.5-point home favorites over the Jazz. Now, these two are my least 2 favorite games on the entire card. My 2 least favorite. Memphis, I hate the way they playing right now. I just told y'all Dallas played really well in that last game through 3 quarters. You know what they played? Memphis trash ass. And then Memphis decided to finally cut it on like the last 3 minutes to make it look better than it was, and Dallas kind of died. And so they dressed it up, made it look like an 11-point win. But that game was far more competitive than that final score would indicate. Memphis is not in good form right now. Since the All-Star break, bro, this team has been a shell of itself that it was before. And laying this many points with this team on the road, I'm just not ready to do. I have not bet New Orleans many a times this season. They're a little more trustworthy right now at home. I think this is a case of just too many points to lay with Memphis on the road. I think this is probably a 6-7-point win for 6-7. I'm sorry, I had to. It's probably a 7-point win for the Grizzlies. I'm going to lean towards New Orleans. It's a lean at best, though. Probably not betting it. And then Jazz Sixers. I'm going to use my Ruffalo because hell no. Nah. But forced to play, if y'all just really want my thoughts, I would say Utah, but I can't. Right?
Yeah, exactly. Right. You're looking at that. Well, I'm going to take the Utah Jazz because the 76ers as a home favorite has not been good. They've lost 10 straight as a home favorite has been the 76ers. So definitely lean to the Jazz plus the points there in that one. But it's 2 G League teams going at it. So give me the over in that one. It's just when you see those backup guys, they get excited to play for these games because they don't get a whole lot of time on the floor to be actually playing. So I think it's a step up spot for a lot of these guys getting to see the court for the first time. And as you said, you got a guy out there that you, B. Williams, who the heck is that? But he's out there balling and scoring points. So it's just one of those spots that the backup guys and the bench guys, they get to excel in these spots. So give me the over there in that matchup. And then, do you trust the Pelicans in the second half of a back-to-back? I sure don't. They're going to sit a whole bunch of guys there, a bunch of game time decisions on who's in and who's out. And yeah, exactly what you said, that Memphis game. It took an 11-2 run for them to get the cover late down the stretch in that one. Before that, it was just ugly for Memphis. I don't know what's wrong with them rolling along because they looked real good. And then recently haven't looked real good. But I'm going to lay the 9.5. I just don't trust the Pelicans there. I think that 11-2 run maybe finally snapped something and realized, oh, my God, we're going to lose to Dallas here. And they woke up, and I think that momentum carries over here. I'm going to take Memphis and lay the 9.5 there. Just don't trust the Pelicans in a back-to-back spot.
Yeah, I'll have to also be on Memphis. Don't want to make the play, but have to make the play going up against the Pelicans team who can't put it together for a full 48 minutes. They might have a decent, first quarter or first half or something like that, but then the wheels just fall off for them at some point in their games, and they give up a boatload of points and they don't respond. So, it'll be Memphis for me, full game. I'm not playing it though. If you want to back the Pelicans, back them first half. That's really the way that you would have to play them this season. They fell off a cliff from last season, so it is what it is. And I'll take the over. These two teams aren't interested in playing defense, so 238.5 can't be had. Take the over in that one, and just by default, it has to be the Jazz. The Sixers as favorites, period, especially, home favorites, I can't trust them, so it is what it is. Not much, no more thought to it. It would have to be the Jazz or pass.
We got the Cavaliers and the Bucks and the Spurs and the T-Wolves. Hot Rock.
Looking at these ones, I like the over between Minnesota and San Antonio. The Spurs play a whole lot of zero defense played by the Spurs. And Minnesota, hey, they can score some points. I think they easily drop a $120 on the Spurs there in that one. You take the Minnesota team total over as well. I think they easily cruise into, as I said, right into the 120s. I think it's 119 is the Minnesota team total over. So take the Minnesota team total over. And the over, because the Spurs don't play a lot of defense. I like the over 233 in that one. And then trusting the Bucks in the second half of back-to-back. What's going to happen is people are going to jump on the Bucks in the second half of this back-to-back. Why? Because they seen what they did in their last second half of a back-to-back. They look real good in it, right? That's not what they are, though. The Bucks in the second half of the back-to-back this year, 3-8 ATS in the second half of back-to-back spots. Cavs full healthy, ready to roll. They're ready to roll the Bucks by 10+. I'll lay it with the Cavs there in that one.
Javon?
The Spurs are a dumpster fire right now. They couldn't even muster up a good performance against De'Aaron Fox's old team. With that said, coming off an embarrassing performance like that and the recent poor play, this is a lot of points. I really don't know what I want to do with this game, but it's not going to be on the side. I would say, given the fact that Minnesota has been putting up some points, coupled with San Antonio giving up a lot of points, I would say Minnesota team total over. I usually don't delve into that market like that. But yeah, that's the only way I would play it. Because I could see a scenario where Minnesota boat races and they score a lot of points and San Antonio doesn't hold their end of the bargain. contributing to points. So instead of just taking over, I'll just take the Minnesota team total over.
I'm on Milwaukee. I know. Fading Cleveland, you're an idiot. I know. Taking Milwaukee, you're an idiot. I know. I gotta play the spot. I gotta play the situation. Bounce back game at home that also happens to be a triple revenge game. Come on, bro. Milwaukee, like if y'all don't show up now, then y'all just don't got it. I gave y'all all that praise yesterday, then y'all go out there and lose at home to the fucking Magic. Now, I'm gonna call it a look ahead because y'all was looking ahead to this game today. That's what I'm gonna call it. And I'm gonna pray that that's just what it was. But if y'all come out here and lay another egg today, then I will have no choice but to be back bashing you and saying you have no future, you're terrible, Giannis, your ass, Damian Lillard, you have no legacy outside of Portland. Y'all don't want to see how ugly it can get. Y'all better come out here and beat Cleveland today. Or not beat them, but at least compete. Cover at least. Or it's going to get ugly for y'all. Just letting y'all know. Small lean on Milwaukee in this one. Play on the spot. Triple revenge spot. It also happens to be a bounce back game. They got y'all 9.5-point home dogs, bro. Like, that's so disrespectful. Y'all better show up today. Cause y'all be bumping y'all gums. Y'all be bumping it like y'all supposed to be regarded as one of the top teams in the East. Today's your chance to show that. Today's your day. Better show it. Minnesota, San Antonio. I'm not in love with the game at all. I hate laying extended numbers with Minnesota. On the jam session, I think I lean towards San Antonio, but I don't love it. It's a lean towards San Antonio at best. And the only reason it's a lean towards San Antonio is I hate laying double digits with Minnesota in Minnesota. Y'all know why. They're the house of disappointment. When you expect Minnesota to do something at home, they almost never do. This, to me, got 8-point win written all over. Spurs are terrible, though. Terrible. Like Jovan said, they couldn't even show up in the Fox revenge spot. So let's keep rolling, fellas. Last slot of the day, man. We got the Pistons and the Trailblazers and the Kings and the Clippers. Jovan, it's you.
Yeah, two is tough games for me. Detroit's been losing they lost their last couple games. Now they're facing the Portland team, who they were kind of rolling. They lost their last two games. So I think in this situation, what I want to do is I want to back the better team, and the better team would be the Detroit Pistons to get back on the winning train. Um, Portland, they got some pieces, but if you watch their games, if they're in a game, a lot of times they shoot their way out of it, because they don't have a go-to. They got a bunch of young guys, who, wants to take ill-advised shots. Um, you know, whereas the Pistons, you got the big dog, Kay Cunningham, he's gonna, have the ball in his hands. He's gonna make the right plays. He's gonna light you up from three. He's gonna do whatever it takes to win against a bad team in Portland. So I'll be on Detroit. As for the other game, uh, the Clippers, they've shown something the last couple games. After a horrible stretch, post All-Star break. Um, I would lean Clippers in this spot. Not much more no, not much more commentary than that on it. I just like the current form that they're in. The last couple games, look, I'm anticipating them, going a little bit of a run. But other than that, that's it. I'll be on the Clippers. I'll just a lean though.
I'm on the Clippers as well. The Clippers are the best home favorite in the NBA. ultimately is what it boils down to for me. Let me get out a number. I might not be able to. My computer moving slow. I'm out of space. I had to push some space today.
Did we lose Jay? He froze, and he's like, You're muted. Jovan, you're muted.
Yeah, probably gonna have to come in and out. You got the robot freeze going.
Yeah. What you looking at?
Who started? You started this slate?
No, I think you did, didn't you? You started this
Yeah.
selection. So
yeah. So until he comes back, just keep on going.
We'll keep on going. Me looking at this in this spot here, I like Portland in the first half. They love getting up for taking on the Pistons. They've won 11 straight first halves against the Detroit Pistons, and you're going to give me that at a nice plus money. Taking a Pistons team in the second half of back-to-back here. I think Portland takes advantage. I'm not sure about full game, but I'll take Portland money line in the first half. And then another one I'm going to take move it down. I like Sacramento here in the first half. I haven't trusted what I've seen. I know the Clippers have looked a little better over their last couple of games, but before that, since the return of the All-Star game, they were awful looking, shooting brick after brick after brick. And I like the Kings as a dog. But I like them here in the first half. Another big plus price. They've won 6 straight first halves of the Sacramento Kings. So I'm going to pair it up. I'm going to take the Portland Trailblazers on the money line in the first half, and I'm going to take the Sacramento Kings on the money line in the first half. Little 2-teamer for you there.
Sounds like a nice parlay. Still no Jay, so let's touch on what was your biggest surprise yesterday in the last Saturday, regular season Saturday, or
For
your
me,
your biggest gripe or whatever. Because it's a big slate. There's a lot of games, close games that go one way or the other. Referee calls, non-calls, so on and so forth.
For me, the biggest surprise yesterday was Pepperdine getting the win outright yesterday against Oregon State. I figured Oregon State, man, the way they had been playing, they should have beat Pepperdine. But to lose to Pepperdine the way they did, that was a bit surprising for me there. And then there were some good games yesterday that were definitely, but that was the one that jumped out to me that was like, what were you doing in that one? And then it looks like it's Kansas. Kansas got right in a spot. But the biggest one that the team that stepped up, Alabama got right. But it was that Marquette line when it opened, I think it was like 1.5. And that thing skyrocketed to like, what was it, 7, 8? And we're like, man, what the heck was that one? Well, I don't know what they were thinking there. But for me, the biggest one yesterday was Pepperdine. Pepperdine was the biggest shock that of the day. Everybody was all like UNC, take UNC. I think that was the fake sharp play of the day. Trying to catch it with North Carolina, grabbing those points. I just think I looked at it and go, okay, well, why is the line 10.5? I'm like, okay, I guess they're expecting UNC, and they sure faked the sharp. So I did that one. That was the one that another one yesterday that was all thinking UNC was going to step up, and I'm like, who's beating Duke? That's what I'd like to know. Auburn. Auburn, maybe.
Well, the first I would say the first 30 minutes, man, was theirs.
I'll give it to them. Yeah, they rolled a lot.
Well, really, the first 35, and then all of a sudden Duke just shot out of a cannon and turned a potential loss into a cover.
Yeah.
But St. John's, even when they're trying to lose or not putting in their best effort, and Rick Pitino, that was a scheduled loss, and Rick Pitino, would have tightened up the screws coming into the into the Big East tournament. They couldn't even do that. Marquette handed them the game. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
You know, they didn't do what they were supposed to do down the stretch. You know, so St. John's is rolling right now. You know, even when they're not, you know, in their best form, they're winning these games. You know, so you know, shout out to St. John's, Rick Pitino, and the whole bunch over there in Queens. But you know, there was a game early, the Radford High Point game, where it was a 1 point game, 10 seconds left. The Radford guy got trapped. He came off his pivot foot not once, not twice, but 3 times, and they didn't call the travel. Then they called a foul.
Right?
Hey, listen, you know, bad officiating all over the place in college basketball. That's just one of the many, you know, that I'll say you know, transpired yesterday. But yeah, that kind of, and I was on Radford, so they was in the clear as far as
Covers.
you know, covering.
Yeah.
But you know, a 3 point game, a heave ho into the ocean, you know, it could be overtime, and then you know, so yeah, you know, I just didn't like the officiating in that one and a couple other games. But Jay's back, so let's get to our regularly scheduled programming.
Man, I was just telling you, I lean towards the Blazers. Revenge game at home, rest advantage spot. Detroit, second leg of a back-to-back with travel. All the spots, yeah, Portland for me. And then Clippers, best home ATS team in the NBA, covering in 70% of their home games this season. And they're also the best home favorite in the NBA, 15-5 ATS when favored at home. Still don't trust the Sacramento Kings. No matter how you slice it, they're still one of the worst ATS teams in the NBA. I'm on the Clippers in that one. Don't need to overcomplicate it. So I don't know if my computer gonna get to tripping again. So I'm out of space. I'm out of space. So it's like
So it's telling you, it's like, hey, you need
Yeah.
more space or free some up.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I've been dealing with this for the last couple of days. I've been trying to just quick delete shit. And it don't work.
So it's what happens when you start shooting videos and they start racking up, and you're like, next thing you know, you look over and you're like, oh man, look how many videos I got over there. Whoops. It doesn't take long before they all archived up and you're running out of space.
So that's what I gotta do today. I gotta clear some space. But money making Sunday, ladies and gentlemen, man. I know there's some plays you guys are loving today, and I know they're over at Pick Dogs Premium. Hot Rod Zilwacky. What you got over there today, bro?
Over at Pick Dogs Premium today, I got a nice little 5-pack college basketball. We went 5-1 yesterday. We lost by a hook from the 6-0 sweep there. Or a nice 26-5 run, 25-6 run over in college basketball the last week. The last 30 days has been absolute money. So that's what I got over there. I got a couple NBA plays for long-term subscribers. And the NHL that I absolutely love, you're going to get here in a little parlay form going on over there. So jump aboard. Best way to go, though, is long-term over there. Grab that week pass and join me. We've been hot. It's March, and been focused on the college basketball. That's what you're going to get the next few weeks is heavy into the college basketball as we got March rolling, the big dance. There's a rest of the season pass. That's not a bad way to go either. You'll get everything I go into the final net counting. Don't forget to pick at checkout. Saves you 50% off all your purchases. Head on over. Join me. We've been hot. Let's continue to stay hot this March.
Stay hot with Hot Rod Zilwacky. Javon, what you got going on, buddy?
Yeah, it was a strong day for me yesterday, 16-8. You know, strong in college basketball, strong in the NBA. Jump on something long term. First things first, I got a 3-pack, 2 3-packs in the college basketball slate. One's specifically for the championship games. So I got a 3-pack in the championship games that's going today, and then I got another 3-pack that's just conference tournament games. You know, whatever round that they're in. So yeah, you know, I've been running hard. 6 out of my last 7 days have been winning days. You know, #1 in the NBA currently, on the leaderboard in college basketball, have been all season. So looking to keep it going. Match me over with one of the other handicappers for the multi-cap promotional. Sign long term, all that. You're gonna get winners, at sports that place to pick those. Let's get it.
Hop on with your on, man. Do the damn thing, man. Do the damn thing. Be hot right now. It's that month of March. Hop on, man. Make it some money, make it money. You can hop on with me as well. Money making March. Today I have, I want to say 4 or 5 plays in the NBA. 4 or 5. I've been running hot and cold all week. So on and off has been the week I've had. It was an off day yesterday, 1 and 2 in the NBA. Warriors, I still feel like was the right play. Just had a bad number. And Lakers, I'll wear that one. I'll wear it. So looking to bounce back today. Money making Sunday. Currently, where am I at on the leaderboard in the NBA? I am
third.
What's
your third? Yeah,
third. Behind Jovan and Alex. I'm coming for y'all boys today. How about that? No.
We be coming.
Nah, I was just kidding, man. Let's do it though. Let's make some money today. Heavy week coming up, man. Plenty of college hoops, plenty of NBA. Looking to do the damn thing this week, man. So let's do it. Pair me up with Jovan. Pair me up with Hot Rod. Pair me up with Chris, Brad, Romanelli, Al, Kurt, Jack, Brian, Ashley, Tony T, Wayne. If I forgot you, I'm sorry. I just tried to list the whole roster. Pair me up with one of the guys, man. Let's make some money today on this Money Making Sunday, man. We appreciate each and every one of y'all that continue to tune in and join us. Y'all know what time it is, man. Parlay time. Parlay. Ruffalo. I don't think I said Ruffalo. Well, how the hell?
You Ruffaloed it. Sorry, Rube. You got Ruffaloed.
Pair me up with Roof, man. Let's do it. The damn thing. Roof will be back tomorrow. Need a little day. He'll be back tomorrow. So, Rod, man, what you got for me parlay today, Brody?
Parlay. I gave you one earlier. Your computer was glitching. I still like that. Portland in the first half, Kings in the first half in the NBA. Little two-teamer there. And then we're going to go with the NHL. We're going to take the New Jersey Devils on the puck line. We're going to take the Vegas Golden Knights on the puck line. And we're going to take the Washington Capitals on the puck line. Little three-teamer in hockey there for you. Love that three-teamer in hockey.
From Hot Rod Zawacki, Mr. Two-Tamer. What you got for me, Brody?
I did give out Townsend earlier. But little did I know that line went up, so you can't even money line it at this point. It's way up there, 190, 200. I don't play that game. So if you want to take that money line, then you might have to put it on the parlay. I don't even do that, but just throwing out a recommendation for you. With that said, my two teamers will be multiple. VMI. We're gonna match that up with the Washington Huskies. That's one. And then we will Memphis Grizzlies, LA Clippers, that's 2. And then one more for the people. Sela. Match that up with San Fran.
Mr. Two-Tamer, I'm going to steal that last one. San Fran is on mine. Shout out to Dons against Wazoo. The bailout game, last game on the card in college hoops. I gave out a freemium earlier for the first time since the trade. I'm betting the Dallas Mavericks. You can add them on that parlay. It's more so a fade of Phoenix, though, than anything else. And the Hurricanes. Give me the Hurricanes in hockey against the Jets. Jets. I think they're favored at home for a reason. So, little three-teamer, cross cross sport parlay, NHL, NBA, and college hoops. Little 3-teamer, man. Jovan, Rod, man, I appreciate y'all brodies for joining me today. Any final words before we get out of here?
Make sure Jay, Costi, and Chris act more professional tomorrow.
Yes, sir.
To kick off the week, exactly. So let's get into let's finish off the week strong here on this Sunday. I'm excited about it. Let's slam dunk the bookies and get us that cash into your pocket.
Yes, sir. So this coming up week will kind of be a normal week, kind of like show-wise. Sunday, I will not be here on next Sunday's show. So I guess Ruffalo will be hosting next Sunday. I will be traveling. I'm gonna be headed to Vegas for the week. So the flights on Monday price was just astronomical. So I was like, fuck it, I'll go Sunday. So yeah, so I'll miss the show next Sunday, but I'll be here Saturday for sure next week. And I'll be here throughout the week this week. So y'all be able to see my face, man. We'll do the damn thing. Pretty sure these two fellas will be back next weekend as well. You can check out individual content from these boys over at the site. Check them out on the page. That's really all I got. Rod, any words from you?
Hey, it's been good. Yeah, definitely tune in to the drive through Monday, Tuesday, Wednesday, Friday. I'll be there giving out winners as well. So definitely enjoy giving up the content. So you see my face just about every day here. Tune in. Some people don't know about that drive through. Not a lot of people tune into it, but definitely you should tune into it. Tony goes over that late information, and we find to get some of those injury guys, because especially this late down the stretch in the NBA, it's nice to know who's in and who's out, and it seems it just keeps getting later and later and later in the NBA on who's actually going to start the game, and it's frustrating. As a bettor, you got to read the tea leaves a little what we do here, but it's definitely it's a tough process. I give it to the NBA guys, that's for sure. I'm very selective in the NBA. The one sport that I am very selective in is the NBA. So shout out to you guys kicking the NBA, because you do have to read the tea leaves a little bit. You really do. You want to know who's in, who's out, because it's craziness.
Yes, it is, man. So check out the drive through. I'm gonna pop on the drive through this week. You'll catch me on there this week. I think I'm on there 2 weeks ago.
Yeah, I went a couple of weeks ago. It was good.
Yeah, I'm gonna pop on this week. You'll catch me on drive through this week. Javon and Rod usually there, so you'll catch me on there this week. Talk to Tony, figure out some time being there with the folk, talk some sports. And like Rod said, man, the NBA right now with that late roster manipulation going on, the drive through is a perfect show to, kind of get your last minute information, what you need to know before the game starts. And they kind of do it now, morning show format. So you get pretty much everything.
Everything. Yeah, we go over every game in the thing. Tony tells you all the games, all the injury reports on all the NBA action. So definitely tune into the drive through.
Tune in, man. Appreciate y'all more than y'all know. See y'all throughout the week. See y'all tomorrow. We out here. Peace.